I want to thank you for the opportunity to have a chance to talk to you about Microsoft, the opportunities ahead for all of you from a gaming perspective. We're going to have some fun with some demos, and we're also going to chance, hopefully, to teach you some things about kind of where we're heading from a strategic perspective. The first thing I'm going to do is set up a video that's going to show you examples and stories from developers like yourselves that have taken console content from Xbox to Windows. And I'll let them tell you a little bit how simple it was for them to be able to do. And you're also going to see one of the demos we do today will show you, and ironically amaze you, because you'll think it's fake, because it's so simple to do, to take a Windows Win32 C++ game and bring it to Windows. So we'll talk about that. And bringing it to Windows means putting it in the store. So I'll run the video content, let you hear from developers.
I think the dream over the years for a lot of game developers is that we can actually release a game and engage multiple audiences. When Microsoft announced that they're going to actually support crossplay across all their devices, we've heard this before, and so I was a little bit skeptical. But then once we got our hands on Windows and the APIs and started to fool around with it, it was amazing to see that it really does work.
We work with custom technology. It's our own engine, and all the APIs and all the plugins, everything is pretty seamless.
I was sold on Windows 10 the moment we realized that you can actually copy text from anywhere in Windows and paste it into a command prompt. That's a miracle in and of itself.
From going to Xbox One to Windows 10, it's been amazing that I can almost just switch the compiler to compile for Windows 10 and it works. It's a lot nicer than having to rewrite a majority of low-level code.
Crossplay for both Ashiers and Siegecraft Commander is huge because it's actually a game that plays really well across mouse and keyboard, gamepad, and even touchscreen. So what this does is allow us to give the game to everybody and for them to play multiplayer with each other.
We've always wanted to allow players to buy a piece of content and play it wherever they are, whether it's on their phone, their Xbox One, or their PC.
A normal porting process, you would expect like 2 weeks to 4 weeks just to get it up and going. And I mean, just to say, hey, we had it up and running day one, and 24 hours later we had it on the store. That's pretty shocking.
Now we're thinking of it more holistically. We're taking the PC player and the console player and thinking about them together.
Microsoft is the only company that's in that position to be able to do that because nobody else has a desktop gaming platform and a gaming console platform.
It's a great time right now. It's exciting. It feels like something new is happening. So we're just grateful to be a part of it.
Unifying all these experiences is going to be really important in the gaming space. And the fact that they're recognizing that and bringing that back to PC is really important for developers like us.
If you're developing for console or you plan to develop for Xbox One, I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't want to develop for Windows 10 as well.
So now, what we're going to talk about, you got to see some great examples of amazing games and how simple it was to bring it to the Windows Store from a console experience. Now we're going to talk to you about the why. So why would you do that? So one of the things I want to make sure you know is Microsoft's commitment to gaming. To be pretty candid, I think there was a bump in time where we lost our way on the Windows side, but obviously had amazing Xbox console experience. And we're doubling down to make sure we have a commitment to the success of gaming on Windows. And as part of that, you're going to see us make investments ourselves in amazing content and bringing it to Windows so that we can bring engaged users and be able to help be very successful about building businesses on Windows. But our commitment is so strong, the analogy I'll give you, as music has been to iTunes, is how gaming is going to be for Windows. That is going to drive our success in terms of our store, our ability to create a business for all of you. You can see as well from Satya Nadella, our CEO, that the pursuit of a broader vision for Windows to bring experiences together all the way across the PC, the console, mobile, to experiences like HoloLens. And also the ability to be able to, our CFO, from a financial perspective, is to see the integration of the experiences, the opportunity to be able to use search, the opportunity to be able to drive new monetization experiences, full top-down support for our commitment to building great experiences ourselves and great experiences with you to the console and obviously to Windows. You know a gaming business is big, but I think it's important just to sit back and realize how big it is and why we will continue to make hundreds of millions, billions of dollars worth of investment to make ourselves successful within the gaming business. You look at the fact, in the left-hand corner up there, 2x the size of movie content. That is an amazing statistic in terms of how successful and how large the gaming business is today. You look at the continued commitment on the right-hand side to the percentages and the growth and the continued success of console, the success of PC and mobile, which are obviously very strong opportunities for us, and you'll see more experiences. We're going to give you great examples and demos of how we can bring these experiences both to the PC and to the console, and to be able to share those experiences across. One of the things that I want to do is step back a little bit from a strategic perspective so you understand a little bit of how our business fits together. And so for Microsoft, there's 3 core tenets around our businesses, which is creating amazing experiences through more personal computing. You see great examples of content from this region from Yandex, fantastic experiences that have been built. You see examples from Game Insight with actual monetization success and making millions of dollars on the platform today. You see VK building experiences and social experiences that are integrated into our platform. You see World of Tanks is another great example of bringing global class content to the PC experience. How many like pizza in here, by the way? How many know the pizza Dodo? Dodo is a pizza that's been successful in Russia and in many parts of Central Europe. And the reason I tell you this story is they use our cloud. It's not a game, but they use our cloud to get to other markets. And what they've been able to do is expand their markets through a great web experiencing using Azure and get to the scale to not only countries in CE, but also pizza in the US. And the opportunity with our cloud is to be able to leverage the infrastructure that gives you hyperscale, that gives you the capabilities that can help you leverage the ability to make it to new markets. MailRU is another great example that has done integration from a strategic perspective in a business that we're still amazingly committed to around productivity. And that is something that they integrate Office for that standpoint. And last but not least, there's a partner as I visit the region, I had a chance to share some time with, a small startup. And what they've been able to do is not only build an amazing graphical experiences, they do all their mathematics in the Azure cloud. And they actually ship on Windows today, and they will bring an experience to Android on May 13th. So if you get a chance, you should get a chance to experience a pretty amazing game. Now I want to step back and talk about the success today of Windows. And this is where we really get into the why. We have over 300 million users. 300 million users that you can engage with through content through our store. You look at the fact there's over 10 million hours of online games streamed to Windows 10 today. That is an amazing amount of content, and it shows you the opportunity that's ahead. As part of that journey, Just to think back in terms of the success we've had on Windows at 300 million, 7 months. It's taken us 7 months together. It's the fastest upgrade of any of our Windows business from Windows 7 to Windows 8, and obviously the success of Windows 10. The other thing we've been able to do that we're going to bring to life with a few demos is we've been on a journey of bringing our platform together. Not only having a desktop experience, not only having a phone experience, but also the console on a journey to have a shared vision that we announced of build that brings us to one store, one core OS, one core set of API surface area, and one store. The ability for you to be able to build an experience and take it across the entire Microsoft family. That vision is being delivered on and executed against today. And obviously shares at the core the ability to support IoT and HoloLens, etc. And that is the core of what our journey has been under, to be able to make it very simply, not only to bring things to PCs, but also to bring things to console. Now, you got a chance to see a video. I'll invite Dimitri up to get kind of ready for a demo we're going to do. So why don't you come on up?
Как уже сказал Нил, наша платформа позволяет вам разрабатывать приложения на едином пространстве API для различных типов устройств, в том числе это телефон, или десктопный компьютер, или лаптоп, или в том числе Xbox. И у меня здесь сейчас на сцене есть Xbox, который, в общем-то, представляет из себя обыкновенный ритейл Xbox, который вы можете купить в магазине, и в него просто установлено приложение, которое вы можете скачать из магазина Xbox Store, в котором вы можете перевести эту консоль в режим разработчика. После того, как вы это сделаете, это операция, которая занимает буквально несколько десятков минут, просто загружается апдейт, который фактически превращает вашу консоль в консоль, которая позволяет запускать UVP-приложение. У вас появится специальный раздел, в котором вы можете присоединиться к Visual Studio и осуществлять отладку и развертывание приложений с вашего компьютера. И при этом сейчас, если я переключусь на свой ноутбук, то мы здесь увидим хорошо многим вам знакомый интерфейс Unity 5. Это стандартное приложение, пример, которое поставляется вместе с Unity, и, соответственно, мы можем его превратить в универсальное приложение Windows, скомпилировать здесь на нашем компьютере, и после этого, воспользовавшись режимом публикации, который есть в Unity, будет достаточно воспользоваться меню, которое у нас находится в пункте «Файл», Build Settings, выбрать режим публикации в Windows Store, при этом у нас Unity подготовит Universal Windows 10 приложение, которое мы впоследствии можем просто-напросто открыть в Visual Studio 10, сконфигурировать специальным образом параметры этого проекта для того, чтобы деплоймент, то есть развертывание бинарных файлов, осуществлялось по IP-адресу, который сейчас у нас назначен этому Xbox. И после того, как я нажму на кнопку «Отладка», у нас будет возможность увидеть на нашей консоли это самое приложение. Дамы и господа, Universal Apps на Xbox Unity 5. Небольшое время для загрузки требуется, буквально несколько секунд. И мы сейчас увидим вот этот вот самый пример с ездящим автомобилем. В принципе, там работает множество других примеров, которые вы видели. Мы сейчас видим, что у меня работает джойстик. И, соответственно, вы можете уже сейчас пробовать портировать свои приложения, которые вы создаете на Xbox One, и воспользоваться возможностями программы ID Xbox для того, чтобы зарегистрироваться и потенциально опубликовать свое приложение в магазине приложений для Xbox. Большое спасибо. Нил, окей. Thank you.
There you go. Thanks, guys. So what I was going to say is you got a chance to be able to see how simple it is to be able to take experiences and be able to bring them to Windows. So one I want to spend just a quick moment on. So Jaime Rodriguez, one of the top gaming developers on our developer experiences team and part of the Windows team, will have a session that will go very deeply into some of the strategy and then the execution of the details of the API surface area of how you can leverage the Windows platform itself across all the surface we've been talking to, from mobile experiences to console to Windows and PCs itself. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure you had a chance to be able to understand and see is we've tried to do work to be able to show you how simple it is, again, to bring content and to bring gaming experiences and to be able to publish them to the store. And what we've done is we have a project called Centennial. And again, this is something I set up in the beginning. It was what you're going to see is that it's so simple, you'll think that's not a real demo, but I promise you, it's a real demo, and you'll see how fast we can take a Win32 C++ game and set it up to be able to be published to the Windows Store. So I'm going to invite Dimitri back up to do a demo and let you see how simple this is. Let's give a clap for Dimitri coming back up.
Yeah. Возможно, кто-то из вас играл в достаточно известную игру, которую создала компания Nevasoft, которая называется Dreamland. Oh, sorry. Okay. У меня здесь есть исходные коды этого приложения, и сейчас я в Visual Studio, в общем-то, скомпилировал его в бинарном формате и запустил как приложение всем привычное Windows 32. Если вы разрабатывали приложение для Windows, то это для вас, очевидно, очень простой шаг, просто запустить это приложение. Но мы сделаем сейчас из этого приложения универсальное приложение, не переписывая код. Фактически мне не нужны исходники этого кода, этого приложения, этой игры. Мне нужны только бинарные файлы, они уже у меня здесь есть. Сейчас я открою Command Prompt и, соответственно, покажу вам о том, что вот в этом каталоге у меня здесь лежат бинарные файлы этого приложения игрового. Здесь есть DLL-ки из состава DirectX 8, даже не 9, а 8. Здесь есть множество вспомогательных файлов. И самым важным для того, чтобы превратить это приложение в приложение Windows Store, вам необходимо здесь вот разместить специальный тип файла, который называется appx manifest, в котором вы описываете то, каким образом у вас будет осуществляться автоматический перенос вашего приложения в универсальное приложение. В этом файле мы должны указать, какой у нас главный исполняемый файл, каким образом вообще какие-то параметры указываются. В общем-то, есть шаблоны специальные, которые позволяют вам быстро и качественно создать такого характера файл. И после этого мне достаточно указать здесь версию будущую, которую я хочу задеплоить на своем компьютере. Ну, допустим, это будет 10.5. Сохраняем этот файл. И у меня здесь готовый уже батник есть, который, в общем-то, и преобразует вот это вот самое приложение в приложение Windows Store. Что делает этот bat-файл? Он всего лишь, пользуясь инфраструктурой Centennial, то, о чем говорил Нил, с помощью специальной команды makeAppX, и, в общем-то, подготавливает на основе вот того XML-файла appx файл. Потом после этого мы его подписываем, и после этого мы можем его осуществить, его деплоймент. Это такой достаточно быстрый процесс. Так, секунду, я его прервал нечаянно. Вот таким образом выглядит подготовка самого appx файла. После непродолжительных вот этих вот операций по сбору всех ассетов, иконок и других вспомогательных файлов, всех DLL, PDB файлов, мы, соответственно, подписываем с помощью сертификата, который вы можете получить в центре разработки Windows, вот этот вот package. И этот пакет теперь уже готов для загрузки либо на ваш локальный компьютер с помощью простейшей команды, которая выглядит как add appx package с указанием пути. Вот у нас этот файл сейчас здесь находится. Если я сделаю команду dir, вот у нас подготовленный appx файл, который мы можем также уже добавить на наш локальный компьютер. Это происходит буквально в 2-3 клика. Или же мы можем даже его загрузить в Windows Store с помощью вашего дашборда, то есть раздела разработчика, и начать распространять в инфраструктуре нашего Windows Store. И после этого вы можете уже запустить это приложение и посмотреть, как оно выглядит. Ну, чтобы не быть голословным, давайте убедимся, что это действительно приложение Windows Store. Вот оно у нас здесь есть. И приложение Windows Store, кстати, можно прикреплять на стартовую страницу. В Windows 32 приложение вы не можете прикреплять. Это вот доказательство того, что я именно сделал то, что вы увидели. Итак, мы взяли сборку старого приложения, написанного на DirectX 8, и превратили его в приложение для Windows Store с помощью технологии Centennial. Вот так просто это делается. Спасибо.
Thank you. So what did you guys think? Pretty simple. So it's something that I wanted to make sure you had a chance to be able to see. And I also wanted to share out, how many of you have played one of these games up here? Put a hand up. So this is amazing content brought to a set of our partners from the region. So I'm really, really excited to see that continued capability, and you've seen the opportunity ahead. Next thing I want to make sure, see a little context about how to build amazing graphics experiences via Direct 12. So as you saw, the best DirectX, the best experience performance-wise, graphics performance, utilization of the CPU, the power to be able to also go across Windows 10 and Xbox One. So just amazing capabilities. And again, you'll have a chance to see some other sessions from our engineering teams to be able to understand some of the depth and what's possible to build amazing experiences on our console and on Windows PCs. One of the things I want to talk to you very quickly about is Visual Studio and tooling. We make significant investments in the best tooling experience in the Windows, in the environment. Visual Studio. We do fantastic integration with Unity. But something I want to be able to share with you a little bit today is we purchased a company recently called Xamarin. It is a middleware that allows us to take the skills of a .NET developer and bring them to iOS and Android. And to be able to also bring those to Windows. And to be able to drive it through native extensibility, again, both on Android and on Windows. And one of the things that Xamarin also has the capability for us to be able to do is they have a test cloud. That test cloud allows us to be able to test across multiple devices. And I know many of you build many clients for Android, for iOS, for Windows. And the reality is you need something that gives you scalable test. Xamarin brings that all. And I'm going to show you a quick video to give you some sense of the type of developers that have made investments and the types of brands that you'll see have made investments using Xamarin as a middleware component to bring content, to bring games, to bring apps across the entire industry.
Xamarin allows our team to get to market faster than our competition.
Xamarin is a platform that works for native development on iOS, Android, and Windows.
It allows us to not need to focus on all the different development tools.
but allow us to write a better code and provide better features.
Xamarin Test Cloud allows us to push our app to over 2,000 real devices, both mobile phones and tablets, across a matrix of operating systems and device types so that we can get the kind of coverage we would never be able to support in-house. Pinterest is a very visual tool to be testing, so Xamarin makes sense in terms of its live devices testing the physical app, just like a user would use it. Working with Xamarin Test Cloud is giving us the confidence to get to our next 100 million users.
With 2.3 million daily active users, there are a lot of people that rely on Slack. Finding issues and bugs and being able to report that really shows the value of the automation that we're building.
The Xamarin Test Cloud had the ability to run our automation against a huge device library that they offered, as well as the reporting back that Xamarin gives us after the tests are complete is very detailed, allows us to look at different types of app usage data, battery usage data, and then of course looking at the actual stack traces of failures and logs was extremely important as well.
We have a great collaboration with LEGO, which is trying to enable students to find that love of engineering through robotics. The combination of Visual Studio, .NET, and Xamarin provide that very scalable bridge from desktop to mobile.
If I can write one piece of code and it works everywhere, that makes me very happy.
Xamarin is sick. It's crazy the kind of stuff you can do with this product.
I also want to give you a sense of some of the brands that have made the investment from a Xamarin perspective. So you think things like Slack, you see Shogun, real gaming content, and the productivity that you can go drive. So part of the why is not only the opportunity with the growth and the success of Windows 10 around those 300 million users, but also to see the productivity capabilities that we've given you through Centennial we talked about. You heard about ID at Xbox, and there'll be a session on ID at Xbox to take you even deeper to understand how you can bring your console content to Windows as well. The last thing on the left-hand side is Xamarin is free. So as we purchased them, we made it available for free. And if you want to be able to experience it, which I know many of the developers in this audience love trying new technologies and middleware capabilities that allow you to go cross-platform, please take the time to go to our Visual Studio site and you can download and use Xamarin today, again, for free. I talked a little bit about the success of our cloud. And to be respectful of everyone's time, I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit, but I want to get you a sense we will spend billions of dollars investing in the most capable data center infrastructure in the industry today. 32 regions around the world. If you add up Amazon and Google, it still doesn't reach the reach that we have from a scale perspective. This is all as a nice little picture of the size of what a building site looks like for us when we go build a data center. That's the footprint that we have from an infrastructure perspective. You also see one of the most important things for gaming developers and yourselves is the content and getting that content on that last mile on global scale. You can see that we have over 1 billion miles of fiber in our data centers. That infrastructure of that last mile performance is everything to the end user experience for games. And we built the infrastructure that you can leverage to do that on a worldwide basis. Also want to leave you with something. Developers have a lot of choices. I want to make sure you understand the strategy for Microsoft is to meet developers where they are, to support the technologies they use today. Every one of those technologies on this slide, from Node.js, to MySQL, to Puppet, to PHP, to Docker, are all available and supported on our cloud. So you can take your skills you have today and bring them to that scalable, hyperscale capabilities we have with our ability to deliver on Azure. Last slide. We got a lot of sessions. There's a lot of partners here. Pretty amazing conference with 1,600 people. You're going to see us talk about ID at Xbox. You're going to be able to go deep with Jaime in terms of Windows applications and how you can bring them to the platform. You're going to hear about the ability to be able to monetize and be able to make money from a store perspective. So I really encourage you to attend all these sessions. And last but not least, thank you for your attention and thank you for your time. And we look forward to seeing your content on Windows and Xbox. Thank you.